Hello everybody. It's been a little while since I did any kind of a video. And I'm gonna do one today about how Temu has taken it on the chin, because so many people they want to conflate the word Chinese with the word cheap. I mean, you can't hear one word without the other. Oh, that cheap Chinese crap. Well, I want to kind of address that topic before I start showing this stuff I bought from Temu. Chinese crap. Okay, so I'm sure there's stuff that's crap that comes from China or Japan or wherever, but it isn't crap because that's where it comes from. You gotta kind of understand that cheap deals with the quality of a product, but not the cost. Inexpensive means it's low cost. If something's cheap, it means it's cheaply made. That being said, there are items that really, I mean, do they really have to be this high quality kind of thing that I mean, there's just items that quality doesn't really matter, just by the nature of what the item is. So I'm going to show you some stuff that I bought, and standard disclaimer. I bought this stuff just to do this little silly reveal video that nobody sponsored me. I wouldn't take a sponsorship if anybody even offered one. And that won't happen because I don't have the viewership. But at any rate, let's do the first one. The first one is this this ice cream scoop. This was come on, show. There it is. Click the wrong button. This was $1.58, and this goes in the ice cream. This pushes it out into the bowl. I mean, I don't really get how it can be quality or not quality for this kind of an item. So I had no issues with buying this from Temu. I mean, for $1.58, if it breaks in 6 months, I mean, 6 months will probably be twice that I've even eaten ice cream. So if it breaks, I buy a new one. It's no big deal. This whole thing with, ooh, China, bad. I don't get involved in that political stuff, so it doesn't really matter much to me that this thing comes from China. Not in the slightest. So let's get that one out of the way and pick up the next one, which is going to be this little spatula. So let me change to here. Let me change this graphic to the next product. I did not want to go through and set up a whole bunch of scenes, so that's why you're seeing things this way. This product here, all I needed this for was when I'm cooking and I have a cup of flour and I need to scrape it off to even off the cup. That's why I bought this thing. And this thing was $1.79. And for the life of me, I can't figure out where any sort of quality issue was going to happen with this. So it was $1.59, and that's kind of really all I cared about. So that's the cheap Chinese spatula, and this is going to be really kind of kind of touch and go with how I do this video. In fact, I'm going to change microphone. And I'm just going to speak on the one I usually speak into. This wireless is rubbing on my beard and scratching on the video, so we'll go back to this one. So the next product is going to be wire management, stick-on kind of clips to run your wires through so you don't have a lot of loose stuff. It's these, it's $3.26, and you get 3 bags of 10. You stick this end down to your desk, and then you Velcro this over itself. As much wire as I have in this room running over these 2 big desks that I have over here, these will come in handy, so I kind of needed these. Again, there's no quality involved here. It is what it is. It'll do what it's made to do, and it was $3.26, or roughly a dime, roughly 30 cents a piece. So those will do what I need very well, and I'm not at all concerned with quality. So that was that one. Now the next thing I want to show you is this. And this is indeed cheap. This thing cost me $2.56, and this handle, this is for your microwave. When you put something in the microwave, you sit this on top of it, so if it explodes, you get the inside of this dirty and not the inside of your microwave. I hate cleaning the microwave. But the problem with this one is this is held in a little tension post into a hole kind of thing, and it comes out very easily. This steam control here in the middle, where you can block out the steam vent or temper it with the holes or let it come full through, this lifts right out, and that's very annoying. So this one here, I will say, was a cheap item. But again, what it's used for, it doesn't really make that much difference to me that it was cheaply made, because it's also $2.50. I don't really care. So that was that one, and these are going to get more and more involved, and you'll see why they don't really matter all that much to me. So the next one I've got is this grip spatula. And this one is, if you're making something like I really like to do, easy over eggs. So this one here, you scoop underneath your burger or your egg or whatever you've got in your skillet. You squeeze down on the top, you flip it, you let go, and then you pull it out. So $2.86, this is going to keep me from breaking egg yolks when I try to do my soft, easy over eggs. I like having that for breakfast on a piece of toast. So that was this one. This'll do its job. Once again, it's plastic, and the jaw can open if you make it up to that size, but for an egg or a burger patty, it's fine just like this. So that one will do me what I need it to do, and I'm not real concerned again about quality for the price involved. And I'm laying this stuff on a table to my right as I finish with each item. That's why I'm turning like that. What do we got next? We got these. These things here kind of go with the other thing, in that it's to actually make the eggs in question. These are, you put this in your pan. Obviously, you know how to use these. And you pour your egg in it, and when you're ready to flip it, once it's formed, you can lift this off, and the integrity of the circled egg will pretty much be intact. This was a set of 4 for $5.28. Once again, quality, really? I mean, they are metal. I don't know, hit them with something so you can hear. They are metal, and they're okay. I mean, the quality is all it needs to be. So that's the egg rings. What do we got next here? I bought something for my sink that it's like 19 inches wide. Where are my hands? It's 19 inches wide, and it rolls to extend the cover of your sink. So if you want to take like a sheet tray and soak it, most sinks are not wide enough to lay a sheet tray down in it to put soap and water. So the thing I'm talking about extends the width of your sink, and it allows you to lay something like a sheet tray on it and fill it with soapy water. I didn't think that one really mattered enough to bring it into the mix, so I didn't even bother with it. But the next one I want to show you is going to be this. Now we're getting into a place where, yeah, you want some dependability, because this is going to be a tool, but this is a digital thermometer. It was right here, you can see $9.34, and it's what it says to be. You just point and shoot, and it'll read the temperature and tell you the temperature of the thing that you just shot. So that'd be like for working on something that you want to make sure is cooked through, for example, or something of that nature. It was cheap. I don't know if I'll ever use this, but again, it was cheap. Yeah, it's cheaply made. It's all plastic and runs on AA, I think, batteries. AAA, two AAAs. So yeah, that'll do for me what I need it to do. That's really all I can ask for some of this stuff. These are not like tools you would take on a heavyweight construction job or anything like that. These are just things for your home toolbox. Like this one, this is a laser distance meter, and it's very hard to show you things that have a lighted display. But you click that and it tells you, in this case it's 1.017 feet from where I took the picture to what it shot up against. So again, if I want to measure something and not string a tape out across the yard or anything like that, that'll work out well. And that was only $12.95 for this thing. We're getting into an area now where we are going to have some quality issues at some point, but right now we've not come to that point of the stuff. There's one thing I don't think I have. Oh yeah, I do. It's right there. This one addresses where is it? The issue of losing remote controls in bed or wherever. And this was $6, and I've got 4 slots. I use 4 remotes when I watch TV in bed. I used to lay them on the bed. They'd fall next to the bed, and I'd have to crawl around to get them. So for $6, yes, thank you. I'll use this every day. And I have. In fact, started using it the minute I got it. So that one is a come in handy kind of a thing. Where are we at now? We are at this little gadget here, which is, guitar players especially will recognize this. This is a wireless unit. One of these will plug into your instrument, one of them will plug into your amplifier. In my case, this plugs into my music interface on my computer. Back behind me over there is a keyboard, and my computer is over there, and I want to plug that keyboard into the music interface on the computer. So if I get an idea and I want to write something down in my brain, I can slide over to that keyboard and play it and hear it through the speakers, and I don't have a cord running from one side of the room to the other. So that's going to come in handy for the almost $16 it cost. It was a good thing for me to get. And what do we got next? Let's see here. We've got this was about as prepared as I could get for this little video, because it's just stuff laying all over. It is this little solar flashlight. One side shows amber. I can show you that by, and the autofocus on this camera. So there's the amber side. When you turn this off, a side LED light turns on. When you turn it to the other side and hit it, the lights are white. And again, a different light comes on. This charges by USB-C. Come on, focus, camera. Let's go. There we go. This got a small solar panel, so you sit it outside in the sun and it'll charge a little bit. I have not run this thing out to the point where I had to recharge it by solar. I'll test it at some point, but it's not that important. This just sits on my kitchen table, so when I let the dog out at night and he freaks out at something by the back fence, this will easily light up that fence 75 feet away from the door, and I can see what's back there. Because he's crazy. He'll chase anything that moves, this dog. He's just a wild man. And what else have we got here? We have got yeah, we got this one yet. I needed this for my bedroom because I have so much stuff plugged into a power strip. And the story goes with this. I have sleep apnea, and due to that I have to sleep with a CPAP machine. If I don't, I really truly risk oxygen starvation during the night, and I could, die. But since I don't want to do that anytime soon, this was 10 1/4, you see right up here in the corner, and this will give me 4 120 volt outlets, 4 USBs and 2 USB-Cs. And the reason this matters is one thing I have plugged in that room is a light controller, so the light can come on and off, and a timer. If I'm going to be away, I can set a timer to make it look like I'm home. Plus, I have a lithium solar generator that made by, I don't even know what company, and I probably shouldn't say anyway since they don't sponsor. And again, I won't accept sponsors. And it's a it's a lithium battery inside of a case with all kind of outlets on it. That plugs into the wall to charge, and once it's charged, I can use it for like 3 days of the CPAP machine without having to charge it again. So that's a real good thing for me. So I plug this into the wall, and then I plug that solar generator into here. And if my city power goes out, it doesn't matter because the CPAP is plugged into that lithium battery pack. So I will never get uninterrupted oxygen deprived sleep because of that. So that was another good buy for me for $10, and that really will come into play. Now the last one I've got to do, I've got to roll out of frame to get it because I'm using this avatar. It's not going to look to you like I'm rolling out of frame, just that I'm away from the view. This I bought kind of on a whim. Turn it around. This is an endoscopy camera. Endoscopic, I guess would be the right way to say that word. And all this is, if you want to go into like the home colonoscopy business, this is for you. I'll put my finger over the light. This is the camera on the end of the long tube. I don't even know how long this cord is. I've never unraveled it. But if you gotta like push something down a drain and find a clog, you can do it with this. If you've got to look down an engine, around an engine to see where you dropped a part or something, this will do it for you, because whatever you take pictures of will show up on the screen right here. Here's a picture of my recording console, or my broadcast console, my keyboard. I can actually show you pictures of my room this way. But there's a angle of deflection at play here, obviously. But that's just what this is for. This was $27.50-ish. And I bought it just because it's something that I may need someday, and this way it's in my toolbox. So I won't have to worry about ever needing one of these, because now I have one. It's like the old joke of the guy buys something at a flea market, and his buddy says, "What is that thing?" And he said, "I don't know about it. I own one." So at least I know what this is. I just don't know if I'll ever use it. So there were two other items that I bought, and they were both solar-powered lights. One of them was a vertical rectangular panel that you put adhesive numbers on to put your address on this thing. Stick it in the ground, and as soon as the lights, the sun goes down and the lights activate, or the sensor activates that there's no sunlight, it turns it on, and it really does a good job showing the light. And I don't even know what I paid for that, $14, I think. And then there was one that was just a solar light fixture that plugs into the ground, and I like to have those to put out in the yard, and if the dog goes out at night, I don't have to turn the light on the garage, because if I put 3 of those in along the garage, he'll light them up as he walks by him, and I can keep my eye on the inquisitive little bastard that is the dog I have. He will chase anything that moves, anything that makes a sound. So, yeah. I really should show you how I rigged that overhead camera, but it looks so ridiculous I'm not going to bother. I don't know when I will ever need a camera above me up there again, so I just kind of jury-rigged something together and there it was. It's not a very good camera. It's an old webcam I had. But it was functional. I got to do this little review. But yeah, back to the initial point. Don't dismiss something as cheap because it's inexpensive. I mean, as I said, how functional do funnels need to be? Or an ice cream scooper? I don't see any quality levels in a utilitarian product like that. So those things, wherever you land politically about buying things from China, that's up to you. But I am pretty much apolitical. I don't really care about that. And I won't get involved in those conversations. Now the big topic is tariffs and all of that stuff. And I saw a really funny thing the other day on X where people were saying that Hallmark greeting cards are so expensive now because of those tariffs. Well, folks, I don't think you understand what a tariff is, because Hallmark greeting cards are made in Kansas. Tariffs are for things that come in from other countries. So before we start throwing the dynamite, let's figure out what the target really is. Figure out why prices on everything are high and what we had the last 4 years when those prices went up, before we start complaining about the guy that's been in office for 100 days. But that's as close to political as I'm going to get right there. It's like, we all had our vote. We all had the right to place that vote. And, well, win, lose, or draw in your eyes, we have what we have for the next 4 years. So, but back to TEM-you. They have a lot of really low price stuff, and again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's cheaply made. It means it's inexpensive. So keep in mind that word cheap and that word inexpensive don't mean the same thing. Never did. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it there. That's long enough for this kind of a video to go on. Apologies in advance if it was not one of my best works technologically, but I just didn't want to sit and write a script, and I didn't want to stop and start and paste a million videos together. I don't edit. I just turn on my camera, I record, and then I upload. It's just, this isn't my livelihood. I don't really care much, honestly, about perfection in a video. So, most of you know me from the scam baiting days. I will probably do a little bit of that again in the future. It's just, some things have changed in the scam baiter world that it's now harder and harder to get connected to the scammers because of some things that were out of the scam baiter's control. And again, this is not my livelihood or my living or anything like that. I'm a happily retired old guy that just goes through life day to day. In fact, I printed up a calendar that does not have months on it, and every day is labeled day. I love being retired. Those of you that are not of that age yet, you'll get there. A day at a time, a year at a time, you'll get there. So, everybody keep a positive flow going in your life, and don't let anybody get you down. Don't let anybody make you think anything you don't want to think. Don't let anybody let you feel a way you don't want to feel. You live your life, you do you. So, I'll see you again the next time I buy another load of stuff or anything of that nature. Take care, everybody.